Hello there, everybody. Hope you're having a good Wednesday or Thursday, wherever you are in the world. It is I, Linkus. We're back with day 16 overall, / day 4 of our new game plus of Final Fantasy 14, going from 2.0 all the way to 5.55. Mostly as a refresher for those of us who've played the game already, and also want a refresher and maybe not be incentivized enough to go through New Game Plus like I am. New Game Plus is a feature that exists in this game. It's good. It has its flaws though. Definitely has a couple things that I would like to have changed. But anyways, where are we currently at in the story? Well, we lost a dear friend in Lord Haurchefant. He is dead after taking a magical laser to the gut, chest, somewhere in that area. Either way, he's dead. Capital D-E-D, dead. And now our next course of action. Let's go after the Pope. And the Heaven's Ward. Because they are a sickness that must be purged. So without further ado, get into it. Stuff's happening. What's up? Yeah. Oh, like I said, hope everybody's had a good Wednesday / Thursday. Highlight of my day, I got nacho fries at Taco Bell. Anyways, I went into the vault, saved Sir Emmerich, but basically traded his life for Haurchefant. So, yeah. Pope mentioned something about an Oz's Law. So, I think we're going to the Sea of Clouds to chase after him, if I remember right. We must press on with our mission. Tataru, pray return to your duties at the Forgotten Night. Let us go and speak with Sir Emmerich, Linkus. I worry for his well-being. Nothing. It's probably like the 6th time I've said it, but nothing like the nighttime theme of Ishgard. I believe the orchestra on roll's called Night in the Broom. An audience with the Lord Commander. Yes, of course. Damn, Stinian mad.
My friends, I am in your debt.
Think nothing of it. Your wounds are healing well, I trust.
some wounds do not heal.
Well, hello there, as
The founding. The scriptures, 1,000
hello.
years of lies, all to deceive the common man. Nay, our own brothers and sisters. For the blood of the Knights 12 flows within all our veins. You knew this to be true. You knew, and you concealed it.
I should be interested to hear how you came by this knowledge. But yes, you have the right of it. The architects of Ishgard, King Thordan and his Knights 12, entrapped and butchered the great worm, Ratatoskr, that they might partake of her eyes and thereby transcend their mortal limits. Upon learning of their treachery, Nidhogg was consumed with a murderous and justified rage. I dare say you know what followed.
The great worm slew the king and half of his knights.
Aye, but Nidhogg was subdued, and his eyes plucked from their sockets by the knights that remained. Their one mistake was to show mercy. For from his brother Hreysvelgr did Nidhogg receive a new eye, thus rejuvenating his form and empowering him to embark upon an eternal quest for vengeance.
Whilst Thordan's son Haldreth took one of Nidhogg's eyes and learned to wield its power in defense of his people.
Thus was the first Azure Dragoon born, and ever since that time, his honored successors have risen to drive Nidhogg from our lands whenever the worm has returned to plague us. I ask you, my son, will you answer for my sins? Will your son and his son answer for me as well?
What do you mean?
If a man cannot atone for his sins in the course of his all-too fleeting life, must his progeny then be held to account? Must every subsequent generation be judged as well? Thordan's betrayal of Ratatoskr was an unconscionable, unforgivable sin. Should we then, as his descendants, meekly surrender ourselves to an eternity of punishment? Nay, say I. I would not see our children sacrificed in a vain attempt to appease an implacable foe. Dragons are not like us, my son. To they who live forever, the wrongs of antiquity are as those of yesterday. No reparations shall ever suffice. This fact alone should serve as ample justification for our actions. Yet some refuse to see it as such. For men like you, who yearn to commit themselves to a nobler cause, a more compelling narrative is required.
This is your solution. This is how you protect our people. You have given us a lost cause, a death sentence. With your compelling narrative, you but doom our countrymen to give their lives for a lie.
And they do so gladly. Highborn and lowborn alike are proud to serve, to fight and die for their country. And what would you say to them? What would you tell the wives who have lost their husbands? The mothers who have lost their sons? That their loved ones died for naught? Over the course of 1,000 years, countless men have donned these robes, and every one of them came to accept the necessity of this solution. Once, I hoped you might come to accept it as well. Do not despair, my son. Soon I shall free us from the sins of antiquity, and bring about the change you so fervently desire. If he has spoken with others, I would have their names. Escort him to a cell and question him thoroughly.
Your Eminence.
So if you didn't know the plot to Heavensward, that's basically the plot.
You saw something, did you not? A vision of the past?
So this is the power of the Echo. Would that it had shown you a finer moment from my past. 'Twas an exercise in futility, as you saw. Faced with the firmity of his conviction and his many ready rejoinders, my words deserted me. To be frank, I am embarrassed to recall it.
A friend once impressed upon me the importance of differentiating between words, deeds, and beliefs. Were he here, I suspect he would judge your father's conviction to be no more than rank, self-serving delusion. Even so, I cannot help but wonder what manner of change he intends to bring about.
I have given some thought to that as well. During the battle within the vault, the Heavens Ward demonstrated strange and unnatural abilities.
Aye, the manner in which Sir Zephyrin struck down Lord Haurchefant was unlike anything I've ever seen before.
The spectacle called to mind King Thordan and his Knights 12 as they are depicted in scripture, holy powers and all.
Mere fabrications, which have become objects of faith, instilled with the belief of countless devoted souls. 7 hells!
If Lady Iceheart can use her own body as a vessel for summoning, I see no reason why others could not.
Are the Heavens Ward truly so reckless?
Unbelievable!
As they fled, my father spoke of Aziz La. Though I know not what he intends, I fear no good shall come of it. His ambitions are too great, and his minions too powerful. We must find the Heavens Ward and stop my father before it is too late.
So, let's go to Aziz La. What are we waiting for? Master Drak, Master Alphino, I, Emmerich, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights of Ishgard, do hereby entreat the aid of the Silence of the Seventh Dawn. Our aid in preventing whatever it is that the Archbishop intends. Your aid in bringing him to justice. Too much blood has been spilled for the lies he perpetuated. No more. Yeah, he killed my bro. We go and kill him. Yes, of course. You two are close, I know. Much has changed since our Order's founding, but our duty to combat the primal threat has not. If the Archbishop and the Heavens Ward are guilty of the crime of summoning, then Linkus and I will stop them. Would that I could join you in the pursuit, but alas, my father's absence has thrown our government into chaos. Ever since the founding of our nation, there has been an archbishop to serve as a guiding light for the masses, a force for stability to counterbalance the high house's ceaseless maneuvering. Convincing the people to recognize the truth of our origins would have been more difficult even with my father's support. The road ahead is that much more fraught with peril without it. Yet walk it we must, for unity is more vital to our survival than ever. After all, Nidhogg's death did not mark the cessation of Drevalian hostilities. Far from it. We will have great need of each other in the days to come. You may ever count on my lance, Sir Emmerich. To my dying breath, I shall defend Ishgard from the Horde. If I may, Lord Commander, I would like to assist the Cylons in the search for the Archbishop. Linkus, Master Alphino, pray attend me outside. Very well. With me, Linkus. I believe we have much to discuss. Let's see. The Soleo was eastward bound, so I sent word to English is hard. Camp Cloudtop on the off chance the airship passed nearby. Sure enough, Lady Lenate informed me that it had been sighted by her scouts. Then the Archbishop is somewhere in the Sea of Clouds. Or was, not long ago. The Archbishop has not been seen since it disappeared into the northern reaches near the Blue Window. Alas, because the region is firmly held by the Vanu and not easily accessible from Camp Cloudtop, House Hallandar has yet to establish a foothold. We will need not only an airship, but a captain bold enough to risk the beastman's wrath. I think we know the perfect candidate, Linkus. Let us pay a visit to Master Garland at the Skysteel Manufactory. I see. And I will take my leave for now. There are other matters which require my attention. Sid, help carry, please. Ah, the dastardly duo. What mischief have you two been getting up to lately? You haven't heard, have you? I hardly know where to start. Yeah, Lord Harshfront died, and we're going after him. The guys that killed him. He was a good man. Sid, have you ever heard of Az's Law? The Archbishop spoke of it before he fled. No, but it's probably some source of phenomenal cosmic power that's key to his plans. From what he told Linkus, the Ascians tried to tempt him as they tempted Gaius with the ultimate weapon. Even if he spoke true about playing along, I could see him attempting to seize it. As if we needed another reason to pursue him. Well, I'm convinced. The Enterprise is at your disposal. Come to the airship landing when you're ready to depart. It's just as well. After pulling you out of the fire these last few times, I reckon I was due to deliver you into it. Into the fire, is it? In that case, I should have informed Tataru of our plans. Pray, go on ahead to the airship landing. I shall join you anon. Airship landing is Astrologian place. Boys have been hard at work preparing for our flight, and I'm pleased to say we are ready to depart. That is, as soon as a certain... Ah! Pray forgive me my lateness. Tataru and I had much to discuss. We still have no news of the missing Scions, but she assures me that Urianger and Rio are pursuing promised leads. Okay. Come, we can continue this discussion aboard the Enterprise. And yes, if you did miss it earlier, there was a time where he actually said Enterprise engage. The others are waiting for you aboard the Enterprise, Linkus. Shall we get going?
To the northern reaches of the Sea of Clouds, where countless isles yet remained uncharted. In search of a mysterious land known as Azizlar, and the unmasked villain who sought to claim its secrets. Oblivious to the new threat which followed in their wake, they came.
From here, Camp Cloudtop looks rather far. Be on your guard, Linkus. The Vanu could be anywhere, even watching us as we speak. Yeah, probably. Assuming the Soeli is here, I doubt she will come to us. We should begin searching the Isles in earnest. Of course, we must remain vigilant for Vanu scouts as well. Would rather avoid needless bloodshed. Yeah, but doesn't look like it's out to play today. Or maybe it's hidden because of a new game plus. Mayhap this effort was doomed to failure. Begs mercy of Netherlings, does not fight, does not wish to die. Is that a Vanu being attacked? But by whom? Over there. Imperial troops? Guardians? Seize them! They don't know where the Archbishop is. The enemy of my enemy. We've no choice. With me, Linkus, protect the Vanu. Remember, Lord Van Hydrus wants them alive. That's an order. Lord Van Hydrus? Regulia? Regulia Van Hydrus?
Taliak, protect me!
What are you doing? You're a disgrace to the Sixth. Subdue these savages. There's no end to them. Did it. Netherlings saved Lonu Vanu from certain death. Showers Netherlings with thanks like summer squall. Lonu Valu knows not what wind bears Netherlings to Cloud Sea, but warmly welcomes them. Shows gratitude where gratitude is due. Lonu Valu owes much and more to Netherlings. As saviors, as heroes, Zundu welcomes you. To village we go, to north, come, come. So the Gallians were searching for the Archbishop and believed that the Vanu knew something of his whereabouts. Methods notwithstanding, they may have the right of it. I conclude that we should accept Lonu Valu's offer of hospitality and visit his village. I have to see. Perhaps fly lower to see. There's no boat. There's not even a camp over here yet. Like breeze guides leaves to rest. Come and lay down your burdens, netherlings. Lonuvalu throws wide arms a greeting. Behold, Oxzundu. A far more well than the one you received from the Vundu, I think. Ha! Vundu bluster and blow hither and yon. Sound and fury like aimless gale. Eh? What unseen lightning begets such thunderous report? There you are. Did you see it? It's that damned flying whale again. The Imperials are after it. Where? The White? Well, he's wounded. By the 12, did the beast just eat that island? Oh, insatiable White. Oh, devourer of worlds. Why must you torment us? Bah! Lonuvalu wastes no more words on his unfathomable deeds. Come, Netherlands. Come and break words with Chief of Zundu. I'm not walking like a peasant. Have a burp. With wisdom deep as nethers and eyes clear as cloudless blue, Sonu Vanu speaks for Zundu. Hearken to his words. Netherlings deliver Lonu Vanu from claws of steel-shod fiends and prove nobility. He knows not to ignore Zephyr winds, and brings before you with all haste. Soft rains, to soothe the heart, and sunshine to warm. Gratitude of Sonu, Chief of Zundu, is boundless. We are honored to meet you, Chief Sonu. I am Alphino Livier, and these are my companions, Lakestrak and Sig Garland. We are come in search of an airship, a flying vessel of the Nethers, which we believe is somewhere in the Cloud Sea. Ah, like to black steel shod contraption from which you saved Lonu Vanu. Alas, no. That ship belongs to the Garlean Empire, an old enemy of ours. They're not the enemy we are looking for at present. The men we seek wear armor of purest white, and are led by an older man in white robes. Wait, Lonu Vanu hear tell of these Netherlings. You do? Are you certain? As sun rises and falls and returns, we are. Zundu scouts can testify the words of Lonu Vanu. Aye, aye. Winds carry purpose of Netherlings to our ears as well. Netherlings seek key to Az's law. Now we're getting somewhere. Tell us, Chief Sanu, what exactly is this Az's law? Beware, Netherlings, for blackest clouds portend greatest danger. Look not into heart of tempest. There lies ancient birthplace of sin, home of forbidden secrets. To speak more is to call the wind. But the White devours Io where key is kept. Deep within bowels of mighty Bismarck it lies, beyond reach of the foolhardy, and beyond ours. Rejoice not in his gluttony, Lonu Vanu, for as stone gives way to water and wind, all yields to the White. This he knows, Chief Zanu. Madness of Vandu bodes ill for all Vanu. Excuse me. So Oz's Law is home to forbidden secrets accessible only to the bearer of a key within which the Archbishop covets. What as I would like to believe is safe within the belly of Bismarck, the Knights of the Heavens Ward wield primal powers. If we do not slay the whale and claim the key first, they surely will. Quite how we will go about it is another matter. As was the case in our battle with Leviathan, we are out of our element, and this time we have far fewer allies to call upon. Be that as it may, our customary approach still holds true. We must begin by learning more about the White. Let us each question the residents of the village, then regroup and share our findings along. If Netherlings seek knowledge of the White, then speak with Kunu Valley, foremost keeper of tales. But neglect not to present itself with humility and respect. As sun yields to moon and moon to sun, Netherlings must greet Kunu Valley with a bow. Hello. Zephyr winds at your back and sunshine to warm your brow, traveler from below. Kunu Valley, keeper of tales, here's your words, and she remembers. In times long ago, and lands elsewhere, before even the clouds see, the White is one among many, newborn. He swims beside his many brothers, in seas of endless water. But hated the White is, for his brothers are purest black. So great is their contempt, their loathing, that they turn upon him and rend his flesh asunder. And so he falls, only to rise again, for merciful gods raise him to the heavens, and there he is born. The White still longs for the sea to which he cannot return, but in rebirth a splinter of the divine is shared, and so he opens his maw, from whence comes the clouds, and a new sea is born, home to him alone. Content, he gazes below, and sees others who are as he, hated and hunted. He weeps, and in his benevolence, he raises up isles of earth and guides these people to this cloud sea. Such is the tale of his rebirth and the salvation of the Vanu. May it never be forgot. But this demon which menaces the cloud sea, his rage is that of the Vandu, his hunger that of a wild beast. The isles are his gifts to us, and yet now he must consume them? Kunu Valley knows no tales like this. Well, it's a primal. And it's supposed to be a benevolent god. So according to the Vanu, the Sea of Clouds and the Floating Isles were gifts from Bismarck to his people. Gifts which he has taken to eating, yes. Technically within his rights, I suppose, if perhaps a little ingenuous. Gods, eh? What of you, Alphino? Did you learn aught to value? Alas, no. That is, unless you have an interest in the intricacies of Vanu sky fishing. Sky fishing? My gods, that's it, Alphino, my boy. I could kiss you. Well? From what we have observed, Bismarck is a creature of pure instinct, driven primarily by hunger. When wounded by the Imperials, it fled, but not before devouring another island to restore its strength. Yeah? What I propose is this. We tow a suitably appetizing island through the Sea of Clouds, in essence fishing for our flying whale. Once we draw Bismarck out of hiding, we shall use dragon killers to fire grapnels into the beast's hide and reel it in close, enabling our resident Icon Slayer to engage it directly. A bold plan, Master Garland, but an exceedingly dangerous one. Should Linkus fail to subdue the creature, we would almost certainly be eaten, along with the rest of your appetizing island. So, don't die, Forehead. He won't fail. And if anything does go wrong, I'll be at the helm of the Enterprise, ready to tow him out of trouble. I wouldn't have trusted a task like this to anyone else. Nor I. I trust you have no objections to my joining you as well. Not at all. The more the merrier. Right then. It seems the boys and I have a lot of work to do if the Enterprise is be ready for our fishing trip, while you two need to find me some bait. Not just any island mine. I want a mouthful at most. We going whale fishing, boys. Well, you heard Sid. We needed an island to bait the hook. By way of a first step, I propose we speak to Chief Sonu. If the Zundu are as concerned by Bismarck's behavior as they have given us to believe, they may well be supportive of our efforts to slay him. The Tramontane is upon us. The White feasts, and the Vundu rejoice in his carnage. Hear me, Chief Sonu. This creature which torments you now is not the deity who raised up the floating islands and made a gift of them to you. He is a preservation of your beliefs given form by the Vundu, a false savior who consumes that which he should rightly safeguard. Yet it need not be this way, Chief Sonu. We have the power to strike down this impostor, but we must beg of you an island to see it done. Boats against the tempest. In vain do they struggle. Yet who is Sonu to speak of what may be? Perhaps even the Tramontane can turn upon it. Very well, Netherlings. When you are ready, tell Zundu scouts what manner of island you require, and they guide you to it. We shall not fail, Chief Sonu. On that you have my word. Come, Linkus. Let us see how Sid's preparations are progressing. My Skidden friends have furnished us with the dragon killers and ammunition, and have taken the liberty of procuring a Magitech field generator as well. Rest assured, we've changed the spare, every link forged by the manufacturer's master craftsman. If you've any lingering doubts as to their strength, know that they are originally intended to bind dragons, and were not found wanting. It pleases me to inform you that the Vanu Vanu have agreed to furnish us with an island of our choosing. And... oh, that was off a note. Whoops! All that remains is to confirm the readiness of the poor buggers who will actually be doing the fighting. Linkus, let Wedge know when your party is assembled. I probably shouldn't be telling you this, but I don't like this plan. I don't like it one little bit. I can't help being excited all the same. So tell me, Linkus, are you ready to hunt the white whale? Yep. After you then, Linkus. All aboard! Undersized party. Not extreme. Yeah, I think I'll do an actual queue for it. Trials seem to go pretty quick. Inspiration often finds us in surprising ways. So it was that a casual mention of sky fishing helped Sid Garland conceive a plan to lure out Bismarck, the Lord of the Mist, by using the Enterprise to tow an island through the Sea of Clouds. After binding the beast with chains fired from dragon killers, he hopes you can engage it in the traditional fashion. Though the plan is somewhat sound in theory, there is no telling how effective it will be in practice. Nevertheless, the engineer has seen you through many dangerous situations in the past, so at least the odds are in his favor. Actually, I am going to solo it, because why not? I don't want to be that guy that holds up everybody for cutscenes. Get ready, everyone. Here it comes. Bonk. Use the field generator. If the island goes, so do you. Seven hells was that? On your guard! Detecting a huge brace. Oh gods, brace yourselves! Damn it, we've lost the generator. captured. Key acquired. Crystal reawakened.
Warring light, beloved. Eidolon, all made one. Darkness, light to none known. Hearken. Receive blessing, small.
Got the key.
So falls the Lord of Mists, as did all others before him.
Hello.
How many times does this make, warrior of light? Ah, how much you have grown. Far beyond the limits of mere mortals.
He has what we seek.
That he does. The key to Azizla and the secrets of Alag. I see you have regained the blessing of light, albeit at a fraction of its former strength.
Well, we got baited.
My thanks to you, Asien. And to you as well, Warrior of Light, for saving us the effort of slaying Bismarck. Now that the key is within our grasp, the path to the heavens shall at last be laid bare.
Just tilt the island over. I'm a Dragoon. I'll survive a fall.
By our deeds shall the wrongs of antiquity be righted, and man reclaim the reins of history.
Now that we're out of Asien jail. Damn it. That's a boat. That's a boat. Big boat. Forgive me, Linkus. Had I known what was happening, mayhap I could have done something to stop them. Alas, Wedge and I were still sealed within the engine room and heard naught of the struggle until it was over. And now, for all our efforts, the Archbishop holds the very thing we sought to keep from him. All is not lost, for we yet live, and we know their destination. Let us give chase and bring an end to their machinations. Though we failed to secure the key, we must not forget that we succeeded in ridding the realm of another primal, and prevented the Vanu-Vanu's lands from being consumed in so doing. The Zundu, at least, shall be glad of our deeds this day. Let us go and inform Chief Sunu of our victory. Send the others, we'll need a moment to tend to the Enterprise besides.
Wait, something is amiss.
Eh, boy. Garleans again.
Imperial troops. And they have already secured the area.
Reveal yourselves at once!
Well.
And there I was, expecting more beastmen. Who are you?
I thought Ishgardians responsible for the disappearance of our scouts, but I see now that I was mistaken.
The man himself.
Just as Wire observed, the Warrior of Light is wont to appear at the most inopportune times.
It's Royale, not YL.
The Warrior of Light? He who bested Van Baelsar?
It would seem that the famous hero of Eorzea seeks Azizlar as well. Hardly unexpected. The secrets of the Allagan's power to bind icons to their will could scarcely fail to interest the scions of the Seventh Dawn. You know as well as we what will ensue should these insatiable creatures be allowed to roam free. That their very existence threatens the life of this star. We but disagree on the solution to the problem.
Genocide has ever been the Empire's favored recourse. And that is why we will continue to oppose your every attempt to claim Eorzea.
You do not hesitate to speak your mind, even when your every word could be your last. Alas, your sentiments betray the narrowness of your view. The fate of Eorzea and its inhabitants is of little concern next to the fate of the world. "'Tis my solemn charge as Emperor to bring the icons to here. If this requires the extermination of certain elements, then so be it.
No, don't! They are not his thralls!
Alfie, did you become a black mage?
Where did that come from?
Take cover!
Oh. She has a Magitech armor.
Your radiance. We must withdraw.
That's a big boat.
We shall meet again, warrior of light. On that you have my word.
So Garlemald too has designs on Azizlar. Why would the Emperor himself elect to lead the expedition?
He's a man of action. So, you have Magitech armor, Lucia. So, I think it'll be a good place to take the first break for the day. Stand up, refresh the water, stretch the legs, all that good stuff. Be a couple minutes, folks. Don't go anywhere. Be right back. Alright, folks, we back. That was a bit of an extended break for me. But it was a good one. Kind of needed it. Hope you folks took a break as well. Do what you needed to do. Yeah. So now let's recover from the Garleans landing and stirring up a bunch of stuff. Never in my wildest dreams did I think I would stand less than 20 paces from the Emperor of Garlemald, Varys Sols Galvis in the flesh. I assume the commander that accompanied him must be the legatus of whom this centurion spoke. Ah, forgive me. This is neither the time nor place for such idle speculation. Pray return to the Enterprise at once. It occurs to me that our friends may have run afoul of Imperial forces as well. I have yet to apprise Chief Sonu of all that has occurred, but once I have, we will rejoin you at the airship. Also, why do you have Magitech? Clouds. One isn't ever not clouds or dust or fog anywhere in this game, I swear. Thank 12 you're alive, Linkus. When that battleship appeared and fired on the village, we feared the game was up for you in Alphino. When the seven hells happened out there. Well, the Garleans showed up, and they wanted to destroy the Vanu because they thought they were thralls. First the Archbishop shows up with an ass in tow, and now the goddamned Emperor pays us a visit. What is this, a procession of noble bastards? Who's next? The Keeper of the Seventh Bloody Gate? No one so notable, Master Garland. I am happy to report that the Zundu were overjoyed to learn of Bismarck's demise. Chief Sonu sends his warmest regards, Linkus. There was much talk of westerly winds. Miraculously, none suffered lasting harm during the raid. It would seem the Zundu were taken entirely unawares, and wisely chose to offer no resistance. I sense they have no more to fear from the Empire. For the present at least. Had the Emperor truly been intent on their extermination, Oxzundu would have already been leveled. Plainly, Varys is only interested in reaching Oz's Law. Speaking of which, if you're all ready to continue the chase, the Enterprise is as well. Shall we? Losing Magitech on the boat. Lest you wonder, Wedge was able to calculate the heading indicated by the beam of light emitted by the key. If Oz's Law lies in that direction, we'll find it. The Soeli may have a lead on us, but she's no Enterprise. We'll catch them, you'll see.
I did not think that I would ever have occasion to pilot a suit of Magitech armor again. Least of all under these circumstances.
Again, you say? Well,
My full name is Lucia Go Junius, and I was born a citizen of Garlemald.
Ah, that explains it. When we first met in Ishgard, I very nearly called you Livia.
Livia? Livia Sastunius? The tribunus who served under Gaius van Baelsar?
Aye, she was my sister, though we spent little time together. After our parents were killed in an uprising, we were sent to live in different households, setting us on separate paths. Livia felt at home on the battlefield and chose to become a soldier, while I underwent training to become a spy.
Then, Ishgard was...
My mission. It was believed that Allagan relics of great worth were stored in the vault, and I was sent to investigate. Though I was given little information at the time, I now suspect I was searching for the key we but recently lost. And then I met Sir Emmerich. 'Twas his usefulness to my mission which prompted me to approach him, but I soon found myself drawn to him for other reasons. He too was a prisoner of his past, judged for his heritage as a bastard son of the Archbishop. Yet unlike my sister and I, he did not curse his fate. He simply rose above it. In time, I came to realize that I had found a man worth following, and a new home besides. And when I subsequently confessed all to Sir Emmerich, he was good enough to accept me into his service.
I do not question your loyalty to Sir Emmerich. It is your loyalty to your sister which concerns me.
I have long been of the opinion that those who dwell in the past risk losing sight of their future. My sister fought for her convictions and for those she held dear. So do I. So must we all.
Well, I, for one, am happy to welcome a fellow Garlean to our merry band. Especially one who can make Magitech armor sing.
Chief, we should be getting close.
Once we break through those clouds, we'll be right where the light was pointing. Right where Azizlar should be.
Hold on, everyone!
There it be.
Look! I think that's it! Chief, is that... Allagan? Aye. There's no mistaking their handiwork.
What was that?
Ruh-roh.
Some sort of barrier.
She won't hold, Chief! She's breaking up!
I've lost the auxiliary propeller!
Sid, it's no use! We must return to Ishgard and find another way!
God damn it all! Why do the Allagans always have to make everything so bloody complicated?
Damn Alligans. And their barriers around everything. Ah, and we barely finished repairing the damage incurred from the sky fishing trip. On the other hand, any landing you can walk away from, as they say. You can only presume the Soleil passed through the barrier unscathed. Would certainly explain why the Vanu called it a key. What else do you have to say, Sid? Yeah, you did the truth. Assuming Sid is correct, and I have no reason to think that he is not, the Vanu's key is required to pass through the barrier protecting Azizla. But even without it, we must find a way to reach the Isle. I shall have everyone convene at the seat of the Lord Commander, that we might discuss how best to proceed. As before, make yourself known to the guardsman when you arrive, and he will show you in. And you guys have, have fun fixing it. We're gonna go do something else. I've forgotten it. Night of the Broom is so good. Ah, you are returned. Sir Emmerich and the others wait you within.
In summary, the Isle owes its lofty position to the industry of the Allegans. And we can be all but certain that the Archbishop and his cronies are enjoying the view from its top.
I see.
If we are to join them, we will first need to pass through the Isle's etheric barrier, which is, alas, more powerful than most. Powerful enough to make a mess of a perfectly good airship at any rate. As far as I can gather, the barrier mechanism draws ether from the surrounding environment and polarizes its elemental aspect to produce what is, in effect, a wall of lightning.
It seems plain that without the Vanu's key, any attempt to reach the Isle will end in failure.
Alas, the key was careless enough to leave without us, and I don't think the Vanu keep a spare.
Master Garland, based on your experience, is there no other way that we might breach the barrier?
Well, in the past, we've beaten similar barriers by nullifying them with elemental converters. But the one we're up against this time dwarfs aught we've encountered before. The Enterprise simply isn't large enough to bear the requisite amount of crystals.
I'm reminded of the quantity needed to nullify Leviathan's command of the sea. A veritable mountain of crystals that could only be borne by lashing two galleons together to form a twin vessel, scarcely able to propel itself, much less fly.
That said, we're not without options. If it isn't feasible to nullify the barrier, we might try piercing it.
How?
We create a ram of condensed ether and mount it on my ship. There's just one problem. I don't have the faintest idea how to build one. It's going to take a true authority in the field, I reckon.
Would that the Archons were still with us.
But yesterday evening, I chanced to find Mistress Tataru in unusually high spirits. Assuming I understood her excited ramblings correctly, she has acquired a clue, pointing to the whereabouts of one such individual.
Oh?
An Archon? Truly?
Ha! Fortune favors the righteous, eh? Well then, let's not waste any time. While you go and look for our missing friend, I'll work on modifying the Enterprise. Her hull will need reinforcing to bear the punishment, not to mention a mount for the ram. Just you wait, my pretty. By the time I'm finished, you'll be an airship reborn.
A realm reborn? How about an airship reborn? So, Tataru, what's this word about you having... found a friend? Welcome back, Lakis. How goes the mission? Did you manage to catch up with the Archbishop and his cronies? We got blocked by a barrier, but what's this you hear about a friend? So you finally arrived at Azizla, only to find your way barred by some sort of barrier. Typical. But it is not all bad news. I've made progress in the search for our friends. Don't worry, Linkus. We'll get you to Azizla yet. When you fled the Victory Feast, you used the ancient watercourse beneath the city, right? Well, shortly after things went back to normal in Ul'dah, I asked Marshal Tarupin to have the tunnels searched. Logical place to look. It was there that you lost contact with Benfilia, Thanquid, and Yerstola, was it not? Dare I ask what the Marshal found? I don't actually know. Pippin's message just said that there had been a discovery, and that we were to come to the Hall of Flames at our earliest convenience. I dare not think what it might be. We shall depart at once. Tataru, let Urianger know to join us in Ul'dah. He will wish to be present as well. Yes, sir! Well, it's either going to be smashed corpses or no corpses. What's it going to be? We are grateful for your assistance, Marshal Tarupin. You saved her grace and father both. 'Tis the least I can do to repay you. Forgive me my impatience, Marshal, but your missive message mentioned a discovery. Yes, of course. As per your request, I had my men scour the waterways. Almost immediately, we encountered a difficulty. An entire section of the tunnel had collapsed. With the Mineral Concern's cooperation, however, we were able to remove the rubble, which yielded the battered bodies of a dozen Crystal Braves. Go on. Be at ease, Master Alphino. Your friends were not among the deceased. That alone is cause for hope. And then there is this. Yrstola's wand! I had assumed as much. If I may, Marshal. "'Tis as I did surmise. Judging by the etheric imprint that lingereth yet upon this wand, it hath assuredly been employed in the casting of a most uncommon magic. Namely, the very first that man did conceive to traverse great distances, and the ancient precursor to all methods of travel that utilize the life stream, flow. The spell entaileth the reduction of the corporeal form into its constituent ether, like that the caster might enter the life stream and ride its currents thereby. Unlike the teleportation magics of modern times, it requireth not a lengthy incantation. That Y'shtola should choose to employ such a spell bespeaketh the need for haste. All of which would suggest he managed to escape. Would that it were so simple. Know that the scholars of Charlian forbade the use of this spell, and for good reason. The caster hath but limited control over his course. For every mage who came safe unto his destination, another would be set adrift in the lifestream, never to emerge. What? No! No, you can't mean. Be not downcast, my friends, for there is yet hope. 'Tis like that Y'shtola's passage has left traces in the lifestream. Could we but follow these from the point at which the magic was invoked, we may yet find her. To the Sildith excavation site, then. Our thanks for your aid, Marshal. Do not mention it. I shall pray for Lady Y'shtola's safe return. Of course, the first scion we find is Y'shtola. Why not the cat girl? Hop off. There you go. Evidence of Y'shtola's passage will have been made faint by time, but mayhap some few scant traces yet remain to guide our steps. Trail leadeth to the north and east, unto the bosom of the Troll's Wood. Are you certain? Aye, there is no mistake. Thither hath Y'shtola journeyed. And yet the Gridanians have reported no sightings. We must take this to mean she is still adrift. If it be so, I do fear for our friend. Contrary to its name, the lifestream is more akin to a raging torrent. Linger over long in the midst of this maelstrom, and the aether that formeth one's soul shall surely be scattered, ne'er to be reformed. We have no time to waste. Urianger, pray explore all possible options for preserving the effects of this forbidden magic. Lycus, Tataru, we three shall press on to Gridania and petition the Elder Seedseer's aid. To Gridania. It is said that the elementals perceive the life stream If, as we suspect, Y'shtola is still adrift in its midst, they may be able to find her. But if we are to appeal to them for their assistance, we must needs do so through their chosen, the Pajal. It is imperative, therefore, that we speak with Kane Senna without delay. I have already requested an audience with the Elder Seedseer. She will receive us in the Lotus Stand presently. We need but speak to the conjurer yonder to be admitted. The Elder Seedseer awaits. Pray, follow me. Be welcome, my friends, and speak freely. I gather your suit will admit no delay. It will not, my lady. Pray forgive the abrupt nature of our request, but it is a matter of life and death. You see, a cat girl stuck in a live stream, and we need to yank her out. Pretty much the long and short of it. I see. As you say, we must needs act swiftly if we are to free Y'shtola from the ungentle pull of the life stream. And as you have surmised, we cannot do this unaided. However,
in requesting the Elemental's assistance to find Y'shtola, you must needs be aware of one difficulty. A difficulty born of the fundamental difference between man and Elemental.
That being?
In perceiving the world around him, man relies upon senses such as sight and sound. For the sake of convenience, he gives names to such things as are near or dear to him. Being formed of pure ether, however, such concepts are foreign to the Elementals. Instead, they perceive by observing the ebb and flow of the energies of life. So profound a division cannot be bridged with simple discourse. The Elementals' voices stir not the air, and thus reach not our ears, while our words are but wind to them. Though we seers can commune with them through feelings, naught that we can impart will serve to aid them in identifying Y'shtola. Nay, they must needs be presented with ether which is akin to hers. If you could but find a family member.
Oh! I know just the person!
Oh?
Y'shtola has a sister who came to live in Gridania. She told me about her once.
Oh, really?
Oh, that is most fortunate indeed. Pray, seek this sister out then, and bring her to Evershade. There, we shall petition the Great One's aid in finding your lost companion.
If memory serves, Y'shtola's sister is named Ymitra. Oh, you know her, do you? Well then, that ought to make things easier. Anyway, she spends most of her time here around Apkalu Falls, from what I recall. Let's look for her there. Yeah, I'm a summoner. What of it? Sprouts here. Greetings, Lingus. What brings you here today? I see that you have companions. Lady Yamitra, it is an honor to meet you. My name is Alphino Levier, and this is Tataru Taru. It's pouring down rain. So, your sister's trapped in the life stream, and we're going to yank her out. So you are my sister's comrades in the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. When I heard that your people were being pursued, I desperately thought to reach Stola, but all mine efforts were to no avail. Now I know why. A forbidden spell of all things. She should be so reckless. But what's done is done. I thank you for bringing word to me. Needless to say, I will be glad to help. Though we were born of different mothers, our veins course with the same father's blood. I hope that this will be enough for the elementals. Come, let us make for the Evershade at once.
Let us begin. Raya O, Arun, if you would. Hearken to me, O great ones. Pray give yourselves to the life stream, a drifting soul to find.
Please, Y'shtola. Please come back to us.
There. Now! A room has been readied at the roost. Pray, bear her thither at once. All that remains is to pray, my friends.
Cat girl back. Oh, you stole her. Just seeing her face again, it's... Oh, I've been so worried. Stola is resting within an inn room. Though she's still unconscious, the signs are positive. The conjurers say that she is in sound health and should waken for long. Isn't that wonderful? Now, while we wait for Yustola to wake up, I thought I'd take the opportunity to finish my little surprise for her. It's something I've been working on for a while now, in the hope that she'd one day return to us. It wants for just a couple more items before it's ready. I've already placed orders for these items. Could I ask you to retrieve them for me? One is with the Leatherworkers Guild, and another is with the Conjurers Guild. Speak with Mistress Geva and Brother Isumi Yan, and they ought to take care of you. Bards are out in force today, it seems. Greetings, Lucas. I trust you have been well. Is there aught you require of me? Yes, Mr. Chitaru's order. As requested, it has been sacrificed in sight of the elementals. Or sanctified. I know not what she intends for the staff. It is a most singular artifact. Even one possessed in my experience would struggle to wield it. Brand new. That's a name that exists. Oh, excuse me. What is it? We're a rather busy woman, so be quick about it. If you wish to place an order, speak with Randall. Here to retrieve an order? For Mr. Sataru, you say? Come at a good time. I finished it but moments ago. It was no small coup, working it to specifications, but I did it nonetheless. Payment has already been settled. However did that girl come by chimerical hide anyway? You need either balls of steel or a bottomless coin purse. It seemed to me she had neither. Whoops, that's not a door. That's a door. Plaza. We got more bards joining in on the fun. Or at least I thought that bard was. I don't know where they're going. Ah, you're back! You have the items, I hope. Ooh, this is precisely as I requested. A perfect match for the other pieces. Truly, Geva is a master among masters. And the staff completes the surprise. Thank you so much, Linkus. I can't wait to see what Stroller thinks of the surprise. Lest you wonder, she's doing very well, and the conjurers have left her in her sister's care. Let's go and pay them a visit, shall we? Sure, I guess.
You stole her! I'm so glad you're back!
Tataru. You are safe. Thank the 12. Something has changed about you, Alphino. Or mayhap the change is with me. I seem to sense the ether around me more keenly than before.
I am pleased to see you well again. Do you feel strong enough to talk?
Worry not. I am well enough.
Tell us then, what befell you after you fled the feast? We were told that there had been a tunnel collapse.
That was my doing. I brought the tunnel down that you and Minfidia might escape. At the last moment, I invoked a teleportation magic, in hopes of spiriting Thancred away at least. Needless to say, it did not go quite as planned, and I found myself adrift in the life stream. The others? Where are they? Did they not escape?
Don't know yet.
They remain unaccounted for. You were the only one we have been able to find. I am truly sorry. It was the Crystal Braves who pursued you that day. My hubris that led to our undoing.
No apologies are necessary, Alphino. You are not to blame for what occurred. Know that were our comrades here, they would commend you for keeping the light of hope alive.
Don't worry. The others are alive and well, I'm sure of it. We just need to find them.
Indeed, Tataru. Let us find our friends and rebuild the Scions.
Ha! There is the Alphino I remember. And I feel much the better for his return. 'Tis time I arose.
That reminds me. I have a change of clothes for you. I don't like to boast, but I made them myself. I learned how to weave while we're in Ishgard, you see.
Guys out.
Tataru has apprised me of all that took place in the aftermath of the assassination plot. It would seem I have been away for some while.
Yes, much and more happened during your absence. At present, we seek to follow the Archbishop to Azisla.
And you want for some manner of etheric ram to pierce the floating isle's protective barrier?
We do. Might you be able to furnish us with one?
A means to prise open a hole in an Allagan barrier. And one large enough to admit an airship, no less. Nay, I lack the knowledge to devise such a weapon.
But I know of one who could. A leading figure in the field of etheric research, and one of the finest scholars ever to grace Sharlayan. Matoya, my former master.
Where is this Matoya? In my youth, I had the honor of studying under Matoya in the field of etheric research. She was without rival. I have no doubt that her knowledge will be of aid to our cause. The question is, will she share it with us? My master has ever been willful. The gods forbid anyone disagrees with her. When the Gallian Empire first marched upon Eorzea some 15 years ago, the denizens of Sharlayan were summoned back to the motherland. However, Matoya refused to join the Exodus. To this day, she lives a hermit's life on the fringes of the abandoned city. So it is to the Dravanian hinterlands that we must go, to the place of my birth. Though Alize and I were born in Sharlayan, our days there were short. We remained only until the Exodus, and I have not returned since. Oh, so it is to be a homecoming then. As fine a reason as any to go visit Sharlayan, and it would afford us the opportunity to pay my master a visit. I believe you have mistaken our primary objective, Y'shtola. At any rate, the journey will take us through a largely unknown territory. Let us first return to Ishgard and make our preparations. Back to Ishgard. Sharlayan is situated in the Dravanian hinterlands. To get there, we must strike west and traverse the breadth of the Dravanian forelands. Make no mistake, it will be a grueling journey. The party shall be comprised of Linkus, Y'shtola, and myself. Tataru, pray remain in Ishgard and continue the search for our missing friends. Yes, sir! First, let us make for Tailfeather. A long soak in the life stream followed by a long journey. Would not recommend it to anyone. But rest assured that my strength is returning to me. I shall be back to my former self ere long. I believe I am sufficiently rested. Let us continue west to Sharlayan. Once we descended from the mountain path, we will arrive at the Dravanian hinterlands. From there, it is but a short distance to the city. Be warned that we shall be passing through Naut territory. We must needs be wary of them and the dragons both. Yeah, that's what I thought. Need to go from 57 to 58 there. how that gate's closed off until you do this quest and then it conveniently opens. Can't even fly above the gate. That's dumb.
To the Thaliac River, where to the melted snows of Abelathia's spine eventually find their way by means of 1,000 silver streams. Whose waters have long nourished the Dravanian hinterlands, and so provided for a settlement of learned souls from across the northern seas.
The tree growing out of that building.
To the city of Sharlayan, that great seat of knowledge now abandoned by her keepers, they came.
Matoya dwells on the far side of the Thaliac River. Let's search for a crossing. Not there. All right then. That's a sight and a half. The bagpipes. Knowledge seeks no mind. So says the motto of Sharlayan engraved upon yonder stone. The meaning is simple. It falls to us to seek enlightenment. During the 6th Astral Era, at the turn of the 13th century, men from the northern nation of Sharlayan journeyed across the sea to Eorzea in search of knowledge. Upon arriving at these shores, they established a camp for their solitary endeavors. Over time, the camp grew into a settlement, and then the settlement prospered. It's so much so that it came to be counted amongst Eorzea's great city-states. Alas, those glory days are now but a fading memory. With her keepers lost to her, Sharlayan has become an empty husk of her former self. mistaken. Charlian has new keepers, is on cusp of new age of glory. Goblins here to plunder the city? Uplander is mistaken muchly. We are not thieves. This place is our home. Your home? When last I looked, it was mine and Alpha Notes. We were born here. Psh! When Uplanders abandoned city, Uplanders gave up claim. Born here or no, Uplanders are trespassers. My friends, please, we do not come to dispute your claim to this land. Our purpose here is peaceful. We desire but to cross the river. Be calm, I beg you. Let us speak like the civilized folk that we are. Surely we can come to a mutual understanding. If that is truth, then Uplanders are welcome here. Come with Slowfix. Slowfix will show Uplander settlement. Yeah, that way's completely blocked. Because plot. Oh. Here is the heart of settlement. Name of Ildeshire. What we got here? Guess? Greetings to you. I am Alphino Levier, and may I introduce my companions, Linkestrak and Listola. We have journeyed far in search of a friend and seek to cross the river. But finding the main bridge collapsed, he went looking for a detour, and ended up stumbling into Slowfix and his crew. Is that right? That is the short of it, aye. This place, Ildeshire. I came expecting a ghost town. Suffice it to say, I'm surprised to find it so alive. Well, with all them precious artifacts lying about, it was only a matter of time before a French treasure hunters like me moved in. But we weren't the first to arrive, neither. By then, Slowfix and his gobby friends had already settled. At first, gobbies and hunters disliked each other, but understanding came, then friendship. Now gobbies and hunters have joined hands to build a great new nation. So that is what happened after we Charlians departed. Oh, so you're locals. No hard feelings, I hope. All these nice buildings, but no one to live in them. Feel like a waste, you know? We've been trying to put things to rights, and things have been going well for the most part. It ain't all smooth sailing. Not to sound ungrateful, but the traps your people left lying are about a bloody nuisance. There's the Illuminati harrying us day and night. Psh! Slowfix's bright idea. Uplanders desire mutual understanding, yes? Best way to understanding is helping one another. Help citizens of Ildeshire, and Uplanders can be citizens too. Citizens are free to cross river. Well, I am not aware of a quicker way to reach our destination. Let us assist Slowfix and his people. Everybody's like, yeah, your Stola's like, yeah. Also, I just want to point out I can fly, so. So Uplanders agree to help. Good. Here's what Slowflakes wants Uplanders to do. Many golems prowl Eldershire, get in the way of expansion plans. Slowflakes wants Uplanders to eliminate golems. Uplanders are Charlian, yes? Charlian should know the best way to deal with creatures. So we ought to eliminate the golems. It'll be a simple enough affair. The automata were employed by sentinels. By design can be unmade with a coded command. At the time of the Exodus, it was noughts and crosses. I see no reason why it should not still work. Let us divide the task between the three of us. The quicker to be finished with it. Alright, can't fly. Herbitor. Noughts and crosses. Noughts and crosses. Golems are no more? Wonderful! Now we could resume work to expand settlement. Uplanders helped Gobbyflock earned the right to be citizens of Eldershire. The Slowflakes must ask another favor. Another favor, you say? Short time ago, dear friend of Slowflakes ventured into Illuminati territory. Illuminati are nasty goblins, share no mercy even towards Gobbykin. Slowflakes fears for friend's life. Please find friend before Illuminati do. I'm suddenly taken by a sense of foreboding. Be that as it may, we cannot turn a blind eye. Let us make haste and find Slowflakes' friend. I think there, I'm going to take my second break of the day. Get up, refresh the water. Kind of empty. Stretch the legs, all that good stuff. Bugs don't go anywhere. Be back in a couple minutes. Implore you all to do the same while I do so. Alright folks, we back. Back from break. Hope you folks are too. You guys had a good one. Let us get back to it, shall we? So find a way across the to get the flightless plebs across the river. Meanwhile, I'm a flightless pleb. Where is this goblin? There they are. Brayflocks. That's a name we haven't seen in a minute. Good day, Uplander. Long time no eye catch. Let's bring the Uplander here. Does Uplander have lust eyes for junk of Brayflocks? Uplander must not be touching junk of Brayflocks. Brayflocks is finding junk first. I knew I recognized that voice. Greetings, Brayflocks. It has been a while. Forgive us for interrupting your work, but Captain Wilscat gave me to understand that you are marked by the Illuminati. This happens to be Illuminati-held territory. Isn't it wise to be here? Sure. Brayflocks, Illuminati's are synapses. Well, we're about to put that to the test. Psh, who eats who for synapses? Ah! Brayflocks, all talks. Unwise you are to come here after dirty taking secret knowings of cheese make from Illuminati. Brayflocks no did unright. Cheese recipe is gobby birthright. Save tongue flash for trading in death pit. That's a cannon. Pray to Godfathers for punishment. It's near times. It appears we have no choice. What shall we do? Illuminati got a trick or two. Sir Dead Pet with you. Whatever this is about, Brayflocks needs our help. Tremble before the might of Illuminati. Whence came all these bombs? Spill bladder, not for overstrong fire booms of Illuminati. Let this. Get more of them at this rate. Now seems as good a time as any. I shall invoke a spell. Last time you did this, you stole it. It was bad. Pray, keep the enemy at bay. Killed it before she could cast the spell. Hey. Get wrecked, nerd.
Ether, to me. Have at you.
Illuminati no match for Furious Cupfist of Brayflux. More junk is awaiting Brayflux muchly. Brayflux is taking leave of Outlanders. Right back to it. Does not care. Being embroiled in a cheese war was the last thing I expected coming from Charlian. At any rate, we have fulfilled Slowfix's request. Let us return to the good tidings and be on our way. Oh yeah, I don't have to fly there. I just go. Uplanders are back! Did Uplanders find friend of Slowfix? Yeah, we found Brayflux. Psh! Time has not cured recklessness of Brayflux. Without help from Uplanders, Brayflux would now be dead, Gobby. Slowfix owes Uplanders debt of gratitude. Slowfix and Brayflux are joined by unseverable Gobby bond. If Slowfix had known that Upland is a friend of Brayflux, Snowflakes would have welcomed Uplanders to Gobbyflock at first meeting. What are you two saying? You stole his done. So is Alpha No. Psh. Uplanders have upheld bargain most highly. As promised, Slowfix makes Uplanders honored citizens of Eldershire, free to cross river at will. Though Uplanders must leave for now, Slowfix hopes that Uplanders will pay many visits and help build great new nation. You are most kind, my friend. You may be certain that we will return. I must confess, at first it upset me to learn that my home had been occupied by others, but I see now that it is in good hands. Under your care, I look forward to seeing Charlian thrive once more, to become a home to people of all races and creeds. Slowfix has already ordered the Gobwatch to let Uplanders through. Safe travels. Alpha No, Linkus. Shall we then? Like, doll, you tell me to blow this rubble out of the way. By order of Chief Slowfix, Uplanders can come and go at will. One moment for clearing away barricade. And the pouring down rain, you're going to use bombs. Finally, we can continue our journey. He said clear the bridge, not blow the bridge. Barring any misadventure, we shall soon arrive at the cave where Matoya resides. Unless you have unfinished business in Eldershire, just strike out at once. I am ready whenever you are. Let us go and meet the legendary Matoya. Ahead lies the answering quarter, where the scholars of Sharlayan gather to hone their knowledge. Even from this distance, 'tis plain that much of it has been given back to the wilderness. The cave in which Matoya resides is situated on the southern edge of the hinterlands. In choosing the spot, my master desired privacy above all else. As such, the cave is extremely well hidden. You'll not find it unless you know to look for it. We shall follow the road south until we reach a bridge. Rather than cross it, however, we shall ford the stream it spans, thence head straight until we arrive at the base of a bluff. I think all roads converge into there. Then you see the bridge, and you go below. It's not like we can go up there anyway. Bridge is out. This is the entrance. You seem unconvinced, Leakus. Well, that will only add to the surprise. A word of warning before we proceed. Stubborn geniuses make poor hosts, and time will have done naught to improve my master's temperament. Doubt not that there will be sentinels and traps both to deter unwanted guests, but we'll not be deterred, will we? Go on and touch the wall yonder. You will want to have your weapon near at hand. Frogs. Still say the same thing. The sentinels may suffice to discourage the average trespasser, but not the warrior of light. The way should now be clear. Come, let us go and see my master.
Don't you know it's rude to enter without knocking? The youth of today. No manners at all.
Though we neglected to knock, we did create something of a commotion. I had hoped that would suffice.
Heavy-handed as ever, I see. And still not a hint of grace. Some things never change.
To give credit where credit is due, I learned from the best. It has been too long, Master Matoya.
Indeed it has. Oh, it's good to see you again, my girl. And with your fiery spirit unquenched. But look at you, all grown up and womanly. The one there in the fancy duds. That's Louis Soir's granddaughter, I take it?
Granddaughter?
Grandson, begging your pardons. You knew my grandfather, my lady.
Knew him? Ha! We were constantly at each other's throats. Like rabid dogs we were. Oh, he was a stubborn bugger, was your grandfather. Never a dull moment when he was around, though, I'll give him that. As for you, boy, I've known you since you were a rosy-cheeked babe at the teat.
And my sister too, I gather. May I say what an honor it is to meet you again, my lady?
Spare me the hollow pleasantries, boy. I'll wager my remaining good teeth you didn't come to a forgotten corner of Eorzea to flirt with a wrinkly old woman. Now out with it. What is it you need of me?
Well, we need your help to build a big-ass ram to pierce through an etheric barrier.
Aziz's Law. I never thought I'd hear that name again.
You are familiar with it?
As familiar as one can get from poring over musty old tomes. The Alagans set the Isle afloat not long before the sun set on their empire. Old Louis Soir and I often talked about it. The place is home to a research facility dedicated to finding ways of mastering mighty beings, such as primals and dragons. And find ways it did too, frightening ones. Such secrets as lie buried on Aziz's Law aren't fit to see the light of day. And now you tell me a band of dragon-baiting primal botherers are trying to dig them up?
Indeed. And to make matters worse, the Ascians have a hand in their plot. They must be stopped, no matter the cost.
I see. Very well.
You will help us then? Truly? I had not anticipated such an impassioned response. Could it be that the presence of young blood has stirred your own?
Some things never change. One day that pertness is going to cost you your tail, my girl. Don't say I didn't warn you. Twas some 50 years ago, shortly after Garlemald had brought all of Ilsabard under its rule. Faced with the threat of invasion, the people of Sharlayan scrambled about for a means to resist the Empire. For my part, I was tasked with developing an etheric converger.
Ah, yes, a device which draws in ether and concentrates it to produce a destructive force.
But as my research neared its end, it was denounced by the Forum, who claimed that my device was more likely to destroy us than our enemies. After that, they and I had a little falling out, and I decided to seal away all the fruits of my research, lest the dunder-headed ingrates reap any benefit. Ha! Petty, I know, but gods, it was satisfying.
Do mine ears deceive? 'Twas you, was it not, who was so fond of saying that all knowledge exists to advance mankind, that how it is used depends on us?
I don't remember. Perhaps. All right, yes. It was a pet phrase of mine. And that should give you a notion of how sick and tired I was of those spineless wretches of the Forum. All talk and no trousers, that lot. That's why I decided to remain behind, rather than join the Exodus.
You may have had your disagreements with my grandfather, but upon that point, your minds were as one.
Yeah, screw Charlian.
With respect, Master, the fruits of your research should not be left to spoil. Will you share with us the secrets of the etheric converger?
Aye, I will. All the information you need is contained in a tome I wrote on the subject. But you'll have to fetch it from the forbidden section of the Great Library.
You were not exaggerating when you said that you had sealed it away. Though the city is abandoned, the library's guardians are all but certain to remain. We must needs cut a path through them. Come, let us away.
Not so fast, you lot. Stola and the boy are staying with me. I need help to make new sentinels to replace the old ones you walloped. They'll be board and lodging, don't you worry. But know that you'll have to work for them. Hard. I'll have no sluggards in my house.
Gotcha, bitch. Oh, the Great Library's guardian shouldn't pose any difficulty to a hero like you. You'll hardly notice Stola's absence, and the girl, boy, whatever, would only get in your way. But if it turns out you aren't up to the task, well, then I'll know you can't be trusted with something as dangerous as an etheric ram. Now, the library's entrance is locked tight. I'll need one of my servants to open it. The broom yonder. Well, what are you waiting for? Introduce yourself, boy. Probably the downside of being a twin. Well, greetings, good sir. I am Brimsy, a lady's servant of some 50 years. I say what an honor it is to serve you. I'm given to understand you wish to enter the Great Google Library. To find it, pray head east upon leaving this cave. The building will come into view shortly after you reach the collapsed bridge. I shall go on ahead and wait you at the entrance. When your preparations are in order, pray come and meet me there. It will be my pleasure to unlock the door for you. Sweet, 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 sweet. stand before the Great Gooba Library, one of Heideland's foremost repositories of knowledge. Alas, it has fallen into disuse since the exodus of some ascent. In all those years, these halls have welcomed not the coming of a single soul. Its floors felt not the loving brush of a broom. My apologies, sir. Pray, pay no mind to the dreams of a humble broom. You are doubtless eager to venture within it to retrieve my lady's tome. I shall unlock the door at once. When you have what you seek, pray return to the cave and report to my lady. In we go. The Great Gooba Library. Built by the learned men and women of Sharlayan, the Great Gooba Library is the grandest repository of knowledge in all of Eorzea. Lining its towering shelves are tomes beyond count, gathered from the farthest reaches of the realm. Like the city-state, however, the library was abandoned by its caretakers when they fled to their motherland in the face of Garlean invasion. And now, 15 years since its doors were sealed, you will find the first soul to set foot within its halls. Your destination is the Forbidden Section deep within the library. Where lies your objective? The fruits of Matoya's research on the Etheric Converger. Book. Book. Alright, pressure up that, but never mind. Good old demon wall, or demon tome rather. This debuff. Damage taken increased. Say, I missed something? Messed up the pathing. Whoops, wrong button. Oh well, don't need it. Leather-bound diary. Beauty is a pheromone, but it needn't be. My lady Amandine knows this well, lovely creature that she is. Would that I could have the genuine article in my keeping, but alas, I shall have to settle for pale imitation. The vessel is not quite up to my usual standards. Beggars can't be choosers, as they say. I washed and anointed it per the instructions, then secured it into the bed with chains. Wouldn't want her to get ideas above her station. Oh no. Gosh, just the thought of it is enough to get my blood pumping. I can hardly wait to welcome my beloved succubus into this world. What? Right. We're just gonna leave that book there. Just gonna leave that book there. Be with you in a minute, buddy. There's another book over here. The tentacles. So many tentacles. And the sound of it writhing on the bed. Gosh, just listening to it is agony. I made a terrible mistake. You fucked up, boy. That's all I'm gonna say. Alright, where's this book? first off, give me the loot. We have another crystal. Just so happens to be the one book on the floor. I remember Bibliopath causing many a wipe whenever it was new. I take it you found a tome. Well, let's see it then. Aye, this is it, all right. Stola, boy, put down whatever you're doing and come here. Linkus has returned to the tome. Thank the gods. But another minute under Master Matoya's exhausting supervision, and I would certainly have lost my mind. Or mayhap merely my temper. Some things never change indeed. Well, I for one appreciate the exacting supervision. In the short while we have been here, I feel I have gained a far better understanding of arcane entities than I did during my entire time at the Studium. Should the opportunity present itself, I should very much like to employ this knowledge for the betterment of mankind. Create a new variety of carbuncle, perhaps. Don't get ahead of yourself, boy. Louis Swall's grandson or no, it'll take another decade under me before you can call yourself a scholar, and a deal more than that to make you a scholar worth a damn. As you may have gathered, Master Matoya is not so easily impressed. Indeed. So, Linkus has returned with the tome, has he not? Shall we examine it?
I had not thought to behold this tome again. There. It is deciphered. Now your friend should be able to make sense of the contents. That said, it's one thing to understand the workings of the etheric converter, and another to actually make it work. You do realize how much ether is required.
Sid is keenly aware of the energy dilemma. His airship is by no means large, and it can only bear a limited quantity of crystals.
If only we had white auracite in the etheric siphon.
Alas, Minfilia is missing along with both artifacts, and Moonbreeder is gone.
Would that there were another ready wellspring of energy for us to draw upon.
Why did it not occur to us before? We already have what we need. The Eye! It has been drawing ether into itself for as long as the Great Worms have lived. It is a veritable wellspring of energy.
It might just suit our needs. But is this energy something that can be harnessed at will?
I believe so, with the aid of the Azure Dragoon of Ishgard.
Then it is settled. Let us return to the Holy See at once.
Just use the eye, forehead.
Stola, wait. When did the light fade from your eyes?
I might have known that it would not escape your notice. It has been this way since I returned from the life stream. An after effect of the teleportation magic I invoked, most like.
They are called forbidden spells for a reason. What were you thinking, girl?
I have no regrets. I but did what was necessary to preserve the light of hope, to keep my promise to Minfilia. Besides, it afforded me the rare opportunity to wander the ether, a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
I need not tell you that it consumes your very life force to see by sensing the ether around you. Take care of yourself. Do you hear me?
I will, Master Matoya. And thank you.
Draining your life force to see. Oh, whoops. I talked to the wrong person. Thanks to your customarily heroic efforts, we now possess the knowledge to build an etheric ram. All that remains is to secure its energy source. Let us hasten back to Ishgard and consult Sir Emmerich regarding the eye. Back to Ishgard. I meant to talk to your Stola there, but whoops. Oh well. To the Forgotten Night. And for once, Emmerich's down here. Ah, nice. Ah, you are returned. Sir Emmerich, I am pleased to see that your recovery proceeds apace. May I introduce your Stola, a fellow scion of the Seventh Dawn, an Archon of Sharlayan. My lord, pray excuse me for foregoing due pleasantries, but we seek your counsel regarding the etheric ram. Though we now possess the knowledge to build such a device, we yet lack an appropriate source of energy for which to power it. We believe, however, that Ishgard may possess the solution to our problem. You need not apologize, my lady. Full eager am I to learn of your progress. Please, tell me of this energy source that you believe we possess. The Eye of Nidhogg is what we have. You are certain that the Eye can lend its power to Master Matoya's etheric converger? At Astidian's command, yes. Very well. I shall speak with him. I thank Sir Emmerich. Nay, my friend, 'tis I who should thank you, as should every Ishgardian. You labor in our name with nary care for your own safety. Let us next speak with Cid. He will doubtless be eager to begin work on the etheric ram. Ah, the Heaven's Ward OST is so good. Cid, we got the thing. Did you... It looks like you repaired the thing. Ah, you're back. The preliminary work on the Enterprise is more or less finished. Tell me you found a way to build the etheric ram. Greetings, Cid. It has been a while. Here's the book. This tome contains the fruit of my former master's research on a device known as an etheric converger. Our RAM should operate on the self-same principle. Where are my manners? Put a toy like this in my hand and I go off to my own world. Gods, it's good to see you. And bearing a gift besides. A very distracting one, if I might add. If I didn't know better, I'd think it was my name day. But there will be time for tearful reunions later. I'll make a start on the tome right away. So long as I have a grasp of the fundamentals, I should be able to knock something together. Just leave the small matter of the energy source. We believe we have found a solution to that problem as well. Pray forgive us our lateness. Still hasn't changed out of his armor or cleaned it. The power of the eye is not to be drawn upon lightly, but I believe we have sufficient cause to do so. So this is the fabled eye. By the 12 it sees. 'Tis a wonder such power can be contained, much less controlled. Boys, our friends have kindly provided all the ingredients. Let's see if we can't make something out of them. You heard the chief. We're not resting until the etheric ram is operational. Not one wink of sleep. Oh. God, Chocobo. We'll do one more. Given the danger of the task that lies before us, I think it only right that we take a moment to bid our friends and allies farewell. Alas, Cid requires my assistance with Master Matoya's rather singular writings. Might I entrust the task of visiting those who will remain behind to you? Yeah, I guess they are right, sure. So the hour is nigh. Would that I could join you in the coming battle, but with my wounds, I fear it will only be a burden to you. In consorting with the Ascians and availing himself of primal powers, my father made himself an enemy of all that is good and right in this world. Do whatever you must to end this madness. May the Fury watch over you. Excuse me. This is it then. Go well, my friend. I shall pray to the Fury for your preservation. Mayhap you think it is strange that a daughter of Garlemald should pray. I do not blame you. I used to think it passing strange myself. All that changed when I discovered something dearer to me than mine own life. Thereafter, praying seemed the most natural thing in the world. Prayers are born of heartfelt faith. Manipulating the people's beliefs for his own twisted ends, the Archbishop makes a mockery of their very existence. They cannot be borne. Fair enough. Hey, I didn't need a sprint. Damn it. So you're off to face the Archbishop then? Please be careful, and watch over the others, will you? We've lost too many friends as it is. Some may yet return to us, but I couldn't bear to lose anyone else. I just couldn't. I realize it's asking a lot, but you're the strongest person I know, and I don't think there's anything you can't achieve if you put your mind to it. So please, whatever happens, keep everyone safe. Pretty sure we'll still be talking to you later, whenever I get done with everything. Well, if it ain't my old friend Lakis, off to face the Archbishop and his cronies, is it? I'd love to go and give those bastards a good walloping myself. Snake Charlottebury especially. But I've got to stay here and keep an eye on things. With the Archbishop gone, some of the poor folk might get in their heads and do something stupid like storming the pillars. But blood won't get us what we want, and I need to be around to remind them of that in case they forget. No need to worry about us, anyway. I'll work with Sir Embrick to preserve the peace. You just concentrate on settling the score with the Archbishop, eh? Ma'am. Show me inside the manor, if you would, my good man. Master Dract, how good of you to pay me a visit. It feels as if it were only yesterday when we first met here in this chamber. You came to us as a fugitive seeking asylum, and now you bear the hopes of our nation upon your shoulders. He would not have told you, but when Haurchefant begged me to accept you into our household, he described you as hope incarnate. At the time, I assumed that he was waxing lyrical, as was his wont, but I have come to see that he simply spoke the truth. You are hope, a shining beacon that shall guide us, the people of Ishgard, through the raging snowstorm. A memento. Were my son here, he would have wished to fight at your side in the battle to come. Take care, my friend, and return to us. You know what? We're just going to run there. Oh, I can't leave that. Come on. Count Edmond bequeathed to you Lord Hausherfront's shield. A noble gesture. We bear the hopes of dreams of full many souls. Let their faith in us be a source of strength and courage as we face our remaining trials. Alright, I think that will be a good place to stop for the night. Tomorrow, around 5:30 p.m., I probably should say 5:15 because I might go on live earlier and earlier. But 5:15, 5:30, give or take. We depart on apparently the Excelsior to go to Azizla. Hunt down the Archbishop, stop him from what we assume is probably going to be something primal related. Surely nothing will go wrong and no one else will die, right? It's been a blast doing this. Let's see. Is one individual still? Yep, they are. Let us go and give one, Maurice Emma, another raid again, as it looks like she is going through the Void Arc part of Heaven's Ward for her first time. So let us head there. Cheer her on. No spoilers. She's a Dragoon, so probably going to go on the lie on the floor a lot and be a floor tank as Dragoons are wont to do. Anyways, tomorrow, barring anything out of the ordinary, which I don't think is going to happen. Tomorrow, 5:15-ish p.m. Eastern, onward to Azizla in the last zone of Heaven's Ward. Take care, my friends. Stay safe out there. Do whatever you got to do to stay safe. See you folks tomorrow. Have a good one.